Daddy G Show, the Big Daddy G Show.
Here's your daddy.
My hat's off to you, lady. Good job. We'll see you in the hereafter. Viva Austin, Texas!
It's the Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Now type it in, take it in. Where do I begin? He's really funny and he's not really thin. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy, Big Daddy. It's the Big Daddy G Show.
Dude, you gotta try the queso with the taco meat, man. It's delicious.
Really? That's a book on how to make Mexican martinis. I've got the recipe right here. Y'all try that. Share it.
The Big Daddy G Show, the Big Daddy G Show, the Big Daddy G Show. Daddy's home.
Here's your daddy. What? Oh, we're on. Hey, kids. Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show. I'm the Big Daddy G. Who knew? All right, so I've got a few minutes to talk to y'all, and I'm going to try to do that. And I'm going to try to do it without going, all right. So there was actually some game that I was told that every time I said, people would take a sip of whatever it is that we're drinking. But then it caused a lot of alcohol poisoning. So I'm going to go ahead and try to not say it as often as I normally do. So let's see how it goes. All right, so first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, I went to go eat at this little restaurant called Taqueria Las Chivas. and it's at 8824 North Lamar Boulevard, and it's a little mom and pop place. They serve beer, they serve awesome Mexican food. I mean, real Mexican food. And it's not spicy. They bring you 3 little sauces to your table. You can have as much as you want. And the food's delicious. Anyway, the place is called Tequeria Las Chivas. So if you get a chance, check them out. We're not making any money or getting any free food or anything. Can we give me a close-up, Tyrone, on 2? Or I guess 3? And it's a cool little restaurant. It's, like I said, it's a mom and pop place. So it's not a corporation, and you guys know I try not to, corporations got plenty of money to spend money on marketing and stuff. But this is a little tiny family-owned business. The wife works there. The twin sons work there. They're giants. The sons are giants. The dad works there, and they just take care of you really, really, really nice. So if you get a chance, check them out. So a little shout out to them. The other place that I wanted to do a shout out to was yesterday. I guess it was yesterday or day before yesterday. I went to go see a movie called Booksmart. If you get a chance, it's at the Lake Creek Theater and at Movies 8 in Round Rock, I believe. It's called, what's it called? Booksmart. I'm sorry. Booksmart. So it's an awesome little movie. If you have teenagers, it's a good movie for them to go see. It's pretty clean. You know, I think it got a PG-13 rating or something like that. So it's a pretty clean movie, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was really, the way it was shot, the cinematographer was awesome. The lights were awesome. It just was a really, really good movie. The only thing that it lacked was I wasn't in it, and that's why I didn't give it 100%. So had I been in it, then yes, of course, it would have gotten 100%. But anyway, before I went to go see the movie, I decided to get something to eat. Imagine that. I eat out a lot. So I went to this little place called Jason's Deli, which is right next to the Lake Creek 7 Theater. And the manager's name is Terrence Moss, and he's a managing partner there at Jason's Deli. And this is just a Jason's Deli thing. And there it is. Can we get it? I kind of got it. So anyway, the reason I'm mentioning Jason's Deli is because they recycle. And I'm kind of I'm kind of a nut when it comes to stuff like that, recycling, because I think it's really important. So I also learned one other thing, that if you're going to recycle, make sure that you rinse out the plastic or whatever it is, because if you don't rinse it out, this is what Zach told me, and if it's wrong, I will bring Zach here and you can crucify him. But Zach told me that, friend of the show, said that if you don't clean out the plastics, they will not recycle it. They just throw it in the trash. So think about that. If that's not true, please let me know. But Terrence Moss, dude, you're awesome. Jason's Deli, you're awesome for recycling. All the plastic, the spoons, whatever it is that can be recycled, they recycle it. I just thought that was really awesome. I didn't know they did that. Okay, so a couple of things. A shout out to UT, first of all. Woohoo! Texas. Dun, dun, dun. UT is now offering free tuition. I'm not sure if it's 100% to everybody, but free tuition for families that earn $65,000 or less. So if you earn $65,000 or less, your tuition would be free at UT. Of course, you have to call them and find out all the details and stuff. But please look into it, man. If you thought that you couldn't go to school, now this is a way to do it. So let's see, what else have I got? All right, so a while back, not a while back, but a few days ago, was 4th of July, and I had a great time from what I understand. I'm sorry I hit my mic. But from what I understand, I had a great time, and there's going to be video out there, I'm sure. Had a great time. Had some friends come over, and we sat around and we watched the fireworks, and it was great. So here's the problem. As we were watching the fireworks, a lot of dogs and cats were running all over the place because they got scared. And fireworks scare some of the dogs and cats because they don't know what's going on. Now, there are some dogs and cats, don't bother them at all, you know, but a lot of them, yeah. So if your dog or your cat or your whatever it is kind of pet you have is missing, odds are that they're at the pet shelter. So the pet shelters here in Austin right now are like about to burst because of all these dogs that took off from their owners during the 4th of July celebration. So anyway, I yesterday, as a matter of fact, yesterday I got a little upset because one of my neighbors decided to continue blowing fireworks, you know, or setting off fireworks. You know, dude, it's not the 4th of July anymore. Well, anyway, some of the fireworks got into my Christmas decorations and almost caused a fire, so that's why I was upset. So I had to take down my Christmas decorations. So if it's past 4th of July, take it easy on the fireworks. So the other thing I wanted to mention was in Bastrop County, there was a little kid, a little boy. I don't know all the details, but he was getting off a school bus. An 18-wheeler did not stop. And an 18-wheeler hit the little guy, and now the little guy is in the hospital. Hopefully he's going to, you know, do well. I didn't read anything about that, you know, it was life-threatening or anything like that. But, dude, you know, it's kind of hard to miss a school bus, especially if you're in an 18-wheeler, you know. So please, and I just read somewhere also that, I'm not sure if it's Texas or California, but they're going to, if you get a ticket for not stopping at a school bus, you lose your license. So, dude, stop, you know. Even if you don't have kids, stop, you know. A lot of people, oh, I don't have kids, and then, dude, there's somebody else's kids. And this little guy, man, he's just the sweetest looking little kid. And he didn't deserve to be in the hospital. You know, he's probably about 8 years old or something like that. He doesn't deserve to be in the hospital. So please stop. If you see the thing, the stop sign, that means something. That means that there is a human life in danger if you drive past. So please, please stop. The other thing, I'm not sure how much time I have left, but the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was that tonight is Tuesday night. I want you to do this after the show. Don't do it right now between now and 11 p.m. But after the show, you will be able to see Saturn and its rings if you have a pretty decent telescope, you know. Doesn't have to be great. You might even be able to do it with binoculars. But this would be a good time or a good chance to get your kids off the video, you know, games and get them outside. Maybe, you know, what I do is I have this little grill. It's about this big, and I'll do like a little fire in there, and I'll sit around. No matter where I go, you know, I can take this little grill with me, and we make a little fire, and we sit around and, you know, look at the stars and stuff. This might be a good time today. You could even shut off all the power, say, oh, the power went off. Guess you can't play video games, might as well go outside. But this would be a good time if you have kids or if you have somebody you like a lot or just someone you're chilling with right now. Of course, you don't want to do it until after 11. So, so get the kids outside, you know, get them out of the house and spend some time with them. Because remember what I always tell you, they want your time, not your money. So, and if you don't spend time with them, somebody else will, and it might not be good. So, you're going to really enjoy the show. We have reptiles today. So, post Jurassic Zoo. So you got to tune in. We'll be right back.
Take a sip, take Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Now type it in, take it in. Where do I begin? He's really funny and he's not really thin. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy, it's the Big Daddy G Show.
Tyrone's directing in my ear. He's like, sit down, stand up, sit down, sit down. So, oh, we're back? Oh, hey kids, we're back. All right, so we are going to bring out Mr. Scott Smith in just a second. And if you want to know about reptiles or you ever wanted to know about reptiles, this is the show for you. So here we go. Let's welcome Mr. Scott Smith. Welcome. How you doing, bud? Please have a seat. And who are you? Mia. Nice to meet you, Mia. All right. Does that sound familiar?
It does.
This young man is in a group called
Moonlight Boulevard.
That's right. Dude, they are awesome. If you ever want to enjoy some really good music, Moonlight Boulevard, dude. I go to see their shows whenever I'm able to, whenever I'm not in jail. Okay, so Mr. Scott Smith, I didn't know that she was coming out with you, and her name is Mia.
Yes, this is Mia Brielle.
Mia Brielle. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So tell me a little bit about what you're doing. I know that you're in the band, but this is something else.
Yes, it is. We Moonlight Boulevard. Everybody, because we were all adults with kids and schedules and things, we took a hiatus, very
Really?
long break.
Wow.
And in the meantime, one of my passions has always been animals.
Nice,
All animals, but especially reptiles.
nice.
And I had this huge collection, and kids were always asking me about them, and adults were always asking me about them. And so my wife finally said, well, why don't you start taking them and showing people and teaching about animals?
Nice.
And that was about a year ago, actually, a year ago June.
Yeah.
And post Jurassic Zoo was born.
Awesome, awesome. And so, how long have you been interested in reptiles? Oh,
Since I was 7.
Really?
6 or 7 years old.
So what got you interested in reptiles? I mean, what was it that made you go?
I spent a lot of time outside. It wasn't like today with video games and kids on the game. I was always outside, whether I was scared to say, digging up red ant hills and digging up black ant hills and putting them together and watching them fight or something. But snakes and lizards and just anything that creeped and crawled, I was always, instead of running away, I would go grab a stick and try to trap it and take it in the house.
You still do that?
Yeah, busted. Yeah, I still do that. But it was one of those situations to where I think I had 29 different reptiles in my house at one time when I was, I think, 13 or 14 years old. My mom told me if I brought one more thing in the house, she'd make me eat it.
Oh, wow.
Which is amazing because she hates things like snakes.
Yeah.
She disowned me on Facebook because of snakes.
Wow.
So she loves me, but she just doesn't want to see it. But love them forever. And then my girls, she absolutely loves them.
Yeah.
She's the youngest.
Okay.
And so I take her with me, and we kind of tag team.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I remember when I was a kid, my brother Gary loved animals, any kind of, tarantulas, anything. And one day he had taken this big old pickle jar and he had put ants, red fire ants in this, and I'm talking about hundreds of ants. I'm not talking about 5 or 6, I'm talking about hundreds. And then he said, well, I'm going to put some of this Crisco or lard on the top, on the inside, so that they can't get out. Well, you know what? They stuck to that, And if we had fire ants in the house, my mom, yeah, she was not a happy camper over that. But he had also he had roosters, chickens, dogs. Oh no, I had dogs. Roosters, chickens, all sorts of animals, and he just really was an animal person. But and now he's an animal because you are what you are, or something like that. So anyway, so now what do you do with this? Do you go out to schools or do you? Okay.
Post Jurassic Zoo is a mobile petting zoo. So I take reptiles to scout meetings, schools, kids' birthday parties, corporate events. So even adults that like to see animals, the corporate events. And in order to keep the animals used to people, we both will go downtown or in Round Rock where we live in Round Rock, or to the park or to the mall, an outlet mall, and allow people to see them, teach a little bit about them on our own as well. It's not always about the money, you know what I mean? It's about teaching people about animals and getting them over their fears, and have people literally tell you that you've changed their lives.
Awesome.
It's nice.
Awesome.
It's nice.
Well, we're going to show you guys some animals in a few minutes, or some reptiles in a few minutes. So you guys sit tight, take a sip, a rip, or a puff, and we'll be right back. Am I correct, Taryn? In 6 minutes. So go enjoy your life for a second. See that little guy? I will tell everybody. Oh, hey kids. Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show. We're on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. on
Channel 16.
Or you can stream it
on thebigdaddyg.com.
Adios.
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 That was perfect. Let me go.
It's what we do.
Good enough.
Good enough.
90%. Still an A.
I-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.
I see you lie up on Pflugerville, and it's really no big deal. I get to call this one-horse country town my home. Shakalaka, boom, shakalaka. Well, the mayor down there, he's a friend of mine. We share beer from time to time, and I promised him the next election I'm gonna register to vote. I see you lie up on Pflugerville, and it's really no big deal. Besides, you're all Texans.
Hey kids,
anyway.
Welcome to Whataburger Wednesday, episode number 30. We couldn't find the numbers, so we got two of my favorite numbers right here. So anyway, tonight we had Kevin and Becca coming to play. Kevin Hebron, who's having a benefit this coming 14th of July at a bar in Austin, and the bar's called
Quick Hill Bar and
Grill.
That's right. And so we're going to try to raise some money for Kevin. The show was about Kevin and Becca tonight. They were our performers tonight. But the show was a benefit for Kevin. So if you get a chance, his name is Kevin Hebron, Havron, and look him up on Google him, and please donate
to paypal.me/Kevin Havron or Venmo.com/Kevin Havron.
There you go. So, what did you guys think about the show
So
tonight?
quickly, guys, because we are running out of battery.
Yeah.
It wasn't as loud as the other bands.
Yeah.
It was quite comedic. I liked their selection. They had a lot of songs that are really catchy and popular from different eras and different genres, and I love The Promise. I really liked their version of The Promise. I thought that was really nice.
And the cowbell just
Oh my
smoothed
God.
the whole thing out.
Cowbell was perfect.
I like that Pflugerville song a lot. The Pflugerville song they did, I like that song.
That was awesome. Awesome. Sabby, what'd you think?
Tell us about that. Tell us about that scene that was not in focus.
I know. He has to say.
And then
Tyrone,
when
you didn't understand. I was backing up at that point.
I wanted you to go away. I was just exhausted. I was tired. I was like,
It's running
I
four
was running
cameras.
4 cameras.
That's his excuse every time.
I know. He's like,
Okay.
Tyrone, that
It
was
really
4
do be like that
cameras.
sometimes.
I was like, okay.
And I screwed up on my impromptu stage manager duties. I forgot. So my niece Bevan was running the curtain, and I talked her through, handling the curtain for the first guest, but I forgot the second guest was also supposed to be back there, and that we didn't have a break for that, and so it was like, the second guest is, and I'm like, oh, she's right here. Oh no, she just kind of had to tiptoe on, and I was like,
it looked fine on camera.
bad stage
Last
manager.
time that happened, Tyrone came out and he looked at me like, "What are you doing?"
I was so mad.
I was expecting it.
He's expecting.
He's a lot nicer to people wearing bandanas.
I was on camera. I was like, "Oh, here we go."
So, Vinny, what did you think, Vinny?
I was actually surprised at the variety that they had in the show as far as the songs that they picked. I was jamming.
Yeah.
I had my little snapping, the 1 and the 2, and the neck move.
And tell me, what did you think about the cowbell addition?
He started laughing right when it happened.
That was my initial reaction, and I thought, Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Oh, Will
Always
Ferrell,
need
yeah.
more cowbell.
Yeah, gotta have more cowbell.
All right, guys, we got to wrap this up since the battery is going blinking red.
Well, I don't think they said anything.
Did y'all say
They
anything?
did.
Say something
They
real
did.
quick.
Yeah, we did.
Say something. Say
Something real
something.
quick.
There you go.
Okay.
Something
Tyrone,
real
you want
quick.
to do the W?
All right, let's call it a dizzy with
All
the
right.
WA.
Peace out.
Oh, Kevin, you have to say something real quick. Come on over
Kevin,
real
come
quick.
hither.
Come on, Kate.
Hop back
Come
further.
hither.
Hurry, hurry, hurry,
Come
hurry.
hither.
Well, I am from Pflugerville, and it's really no big deal. Besides, you're all Texans anyway. Oh, he looked at me and he said with a grin, "Hey, you were doing 80, Kevin. You know that's a sin to be speeding around the Lone Star State in your pickup truck. Who's got a pickup truck?" Well, I explained I was late for my gig down in China, and I got caught in the Austin rush hour around 5 or nothing. He looked at me, y'all, said, "I'm gonna give you a break, 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 break."
Well, he just asked me if I had any fears about reptiles, and I said, dude, I was married and I lived with my mother-in-law. So, believe me, I've been through, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to start bringing in some reptiles from what I understand. I'm going to put this down here on the floor. There we go. I'll probably put this down here. Okay, here we go. So what are we bringing out first?
Okay, so first of all, before we really get started, one of the great things about reptiles is they're really easy to care for.
Mm-hmm.
A lot easier than, and I'm a dog lover,
Awesome.
but you don't have to take them and
Yeah.
walk them at night
Yeah.
or anything like that. You just give them a good environment to live in, and they are awesome. This is Roxy.
Hi, Roxy.
Roxy is a 5-year-old bearded dragon.
Wow.
And bearded dragons are one of the most prolific and one of the most known and kept lizards
Yeah.
in the entire pet trade.
And does she mind you saying that she's 5 years old?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't mind at all. Now,
And
they
what is-
live about 10, 11 years, 12 years, so she's, not quite in the prime of life, but
Mm-hmm.
she's doing pretty good. But the reason people love them is because they'll sit like that forever.
Yeah.
Statues.
And do they do that because so they won't get eaten?
No,
Or-
they're very curious.
Yeah.
So they'll check you out. She'll sit there and check
Nice.
you out, and then if she sees something she wants, she'll go get it.
Yeah.
They're herbivores mostly, well, omnivores, because they'll eat crickets, dubia roaches, insects, but dandelion greens, lots and lots of greens.
Wow.
Bell peppers, things like that. They absolutely love them. And she is a sweetheart. Most of the animals that we have at the Post-Jurassic Zoo are rescues.
Okay. Awesome.
Instead of going out to some of the big box places and buying them, I scour Craigslist and find people that can't keep their animals anymore, or if I see an animal that looks emaciated and hasn't eaten,
Right.
we take them in and we nurse them back to health, and then we take them and help people get used to them.
Right.
You see, she's chilling.
Well, one thing I'll tell you is that I just want to mention this since you were talking about you love dogs. On Craigslist, if you try to give your dog or your cat away for free, they will take your ad down because there are some disgusting people out there that fight dogs, and there's some disgusting people out there that throw cats out of cars.
That's true.
On I-35. It happens. So if you're trying to get rid of your pet, take it down to the shelter or ask a rehoming fee, you know, because dog fighters don't want to pay a rehoming fee for bait dogs is what they call them. So please ask for a rehoming. So can I touch her?
Of course.
Okay, and what was her name again?
Her name's Roxy.
Oh, she feels just like my mother-in-law did. She's got the same kind of skin.
Now, the thing about, they are from Australia.
Oh, really? Good day, mate. How are you?
Yes, from Australia.
Nice night fight.
And
look, she looked at me like she knew. Nice night fight. Really? Yeah, don't say. I know you don't say shrimps on the Barbie. I know you don't do that.
No shrimps
She's
on the
beautiful.
Barbie.
How long have you had her?
I have had her now for about 6 months.
Wow, and where'd you get her?
I got her from a friend that could no longer keep them. They were moving.
Wow.
And
nice.
The place where they were moving wouldn't allow animals. And so I grabbed her because her predecessor, Lizzie, died of old age.
Okay.
And so Roxy replaced Lizzie. Now what I want to show you next, here, let me give you.
Well, I'll tell you what, kids, one thing that, I don't know if you know this or not, but I was told this. Is it true? Is it not true? We have 3 different types of DNA. One is we have the same DNA as trees. Now go figure that. 2 is reptiles. We have the same DNA as reptiles do. In fact, that little bump you have in the corner of your eye, that used to be a 3rd eyelid, but we don't use it anymore, so it just went away, you know, over thousands of years or millions of years. It went away. So, Danan, pay attention.
Okay, this is Elmo.
Okay.
Elmo is a Euromastix.
Okay.
And I love them because of the spiked tail.
Wow, dude.
It looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Euromastics are herbivores, and he's really slow right now, or he would have been. Yeah, you can.
Well, he looks angry.
No, he's not angry.
He's not angry?
They're actually from North and Central Africa, and they like it hot.
Oh.
So right now he's really kind of chilling out.
Well, he'll love me then, because I'm hot as hot.
Well, I'll tell you how hot. In their home, in his basking area, he likes it to be 120 to 135 degrees.
Wow.
So Texas.
So
wow, so Texas basically.
Is great.
Yeah.
Texas
basically.
is great. But the great thing about these lizards, the last 2 lizards, is one of the things that Post-Jurassic Zoo does is we help people that want to keep lizards understand how to keep them and do better.
Nice.
And the great thing about this lizard and Roxy is they're great beginner lizards. But even with beginner lizards, it's really important for everybody to understand that you have to make sure that what we call husbandry, you make sure you keep their habitats right. Because they could die. They'll live 12, 15 years, 10, 20 years, or what have you. But if you shorten their lifespan, it ends up being a reverse of what we're trying to do as zookeepers. And that's to give them a longer, better, let them live their best life.
And where is he from?
Africa, North Africa,
really?
South Africa, yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is, the reason a lot of people, Peter, they hate people to keep animals.
Yeah.
One of the things that I tell people is the fact that I have these animals and I'm giving them a better life, they don't have the stresses that they would have in the wild.
Right.
They don't have predators trying to kill them and all that kind of stuff. So they actually live longer if you take care of them right with you than they would in the wild.
Right,
so,
right. Well, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And
now,
it feels really, really rough.
Yeah.
And then the tail, it's got like spikes. I bet those spikes are somebody tries to attack it from behind or something, or it takes a good swipe at them.
They're really good. A lot of lizards will do that. They'll use their tails to whip.
Yeah.
Things like that. But he's really cool. Now, I want to show you something. The reason I bought this is Charlie. Here, I'll give you him.
Wow.
Now
Dude, we have a Charlie in the equipment room. Hey, Charlie! I think we found a relative.
Now, the reason I bought Charlie, and I'll turn him toward the camera, is because Charlie is a sulcata tortoise. From the sub-Saharan deserts, Africa, they
Yeah.
like it extremely hot as well.
Yeah.
But he's less than a year old, okay?
Wow.
When I got him, he was about that large, okay? The reason I bring him is he's a turtle, but he's a tortoise. The way you can tell tortoises, they don't eat meat, they're herbivores, okay? But they have feet kind of like an elephant.
Wow.
Whereas like your red-eared sliders that are very popular with people have fins. So he's a sulcata tortoise. They also call them a spur-thigh tortoise. Let me see if I can let you see here.
I just think it's so awesome. You know so much about these.
The
That's so
spurs,
awesome.
they protect themselves by pulling
Yeah.
themselves completely in their shells.
Yep.
But I brought him for a reason.
Yeah.
A lot of people love how cute the tortoises look.
Yeah.
This sulcata tortoise,
Yeah.
first of all, I can put him in my will for my great-grandchildren because he'll live
Wow.
120 to 150 years.
Wow.
But more importantly, people buy these because they're cute,
Yeah.
but they can get bigger around than a trash can lid and about 18 inches tall.
Wow.
So everybody wants them in their backyard. Sounds great.
Yeah.
But then it's very difficult in the winter
Yeah.
to have a place for them. Are you going to let them roam around in your house? They need your heat lamp.
Yeah.
So it's very important, any animal that you get, that you make sure you are able to take care of it. And that's the most important thing,
Right, right.
because for a tortoise that's supposed to live 120, 150 years to end up living 5 years because it got sick or
Yeah.
because you didn't have the right lighting or you didn't feed it right, it's just terrible.
I've seen these videos on TV that where these kind people, they take the tortoise, the sea turtles, and they take all the barnacles and all the stuff off of them and then let them back free. And the turtles, like, they know what's going on, and they'll just sit there and go, okay, get these and get these, you know. So it's really cool.
Help
Can
them
we
out.
show the bottom?
Yes, yes, as a matter of fact, the carapace. Now, this is the bottom.
Uh-huh.
They live in their shell. The shell grows with them. They live in their shell for their entire lives. Okay.
Wow.
And this young, it's very difficult to tell whether it's a male or a female. But the larger ones, the males, this part of the shell goes all the way down.
Okay.
The females, for obvious
Yeah.
reasons, it
Right,
doesn't
it
go all the
doesn't,
way
yeah.
down. So,
Well, yeah, that's a male because he was going after my little female duck. So,
yeah. And Charlie's really cool, but I'm gonna put
Yeah.
him back. We're gonna.
nice. I love
Fly
turtles.
over here. Give me this next thing. Now,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna show you
Oh,
something
man.
that is not a reptile.
Oh, man.
Now,
Should I get some pills?
what I wanted to bring you,
Yeah.
I couldn't because I have an Arizona desert blonde
Yeah.
tarantula,
Okay.
but she's molting. Her name is Marilyn Monroe,
Oh, nice.
and she's molting and kind of iffy, and wasn't so sure if I wanted to bring her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't like these, and so I'm surprised she's still sitting in the chair
Yeah.
with me. I'm
What
going to
is
show
it?
you something. Well, you're going to see in a
Oh,
second here.
man.
Wait, if you listen.
Wow.
Did you hear that?
Can y'all hear that? It sounds kind of like that.
This is a Madagascan hissing cockroach.
Oh, good. Good. Didn't we just have this conversation, Sabby, a few months ago? Oh, my God.
Now, these guys are sexually dimorphic, which means you can tell a male from a female because the male has horns.
Wow, it doesn't look real. All right. It's all right.
And they feel like
It won't
wood.
bite me, though, right?
No.
Okay.
They feel like wood.
Really?
Yeah, if you can.
This is as close as I've ever come to a cockroach.
Pretty cool. So,
Wow.
So the thing about these guys, and a lot of people raise them as pets.
Yeah.
You can actually go to a pet store and pay $10 for one of these guys.
Wow.
You put a male and a female together in the right environment,
Yeah.
and they can have 20, 30 babies
Wow.
at a time. Now, the great thing about these guys is they won't infest a home
Yeah.
like your normal German cockroaches or your house roaches.
Yeah.
They have to have a very tropical environment.
Yeah.
Outside of that environment, they would die. These guys eat fruit,
Yeah.
and I keep their environment misted, and everybody thinks I'm crazy because I've got these guys on, but they do weird things like they have contests where to see if people can eat how many of them. And I tell people, yeah, he's all right. She's all right.
Oh, okay.
I tell people not to do that because they have, and you can't see them on camera.
Yeah.
And we've got some hand sanitizer for you here, but they have on their bodies very, very, very tiny cleaner bugs, mites that keep them clean.
Wow.
But there's a certain toxicity to them. There was actually stories of people that won eating contests for eating these guys and ended up dying.
Wow.
So that's not something we do.
Yeah.
We just like to keep them because they're pretty cool and interesting. I'm gonna put them back, babe.
She really doesn't like him. Dude, CJ, I guarantee you CJ already turned the channel off. Our friend CJ, he hates bugs.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be in the studio right now.
The reason I bring those out though is because insects, and I like all animals, praying mantises, things like that, but the reason insects are becoming a little more extinct.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the thing about the bees. Ever since the bee movie, they've been doing the studies, and a lot of people reporting that losing. But I don't know if you've noticed this, but when you drive along the freeway, and I do a lot of driving, there's a lot less bugs on the front of your car.
I noticed that, yeah.
If you want to support the environment, buy organic.
Yeah.
Support people that don't use a lot of pesticides, because if you kill off all the bugs, things that eat bugs like the birds and the fish and the things that we rely on won't have anything to eat, and pretty soon they'll all die out.
Right.
And so it's just really important to take care of that. Now I want to show you our first snake.
Oh, right.
This is Apollo. You got this.
I got to tell you something. I actually had a ball python.
Yes, that's what this is. It's a ball python.
And I got it because my mom hated snakes. And so, y'all gonna think I'm terrible, but me and my mom fought all the time. I'd go visit her, but I didn't want her coming to visit me. She did from time to time, but when I got the snake, she would not come to the house anymore. So
yeah, like I said, my mother, I was telling them, my mother disowned me on Facebook.
Really, because of the,
because
that's right.
she doesn't like the sight of snakes. I'm sure she is not watching right now.
I'm feeling the tongue is like.
That's interesting. She's actually smelling.
Yeah.
Snakes, for those of you, especially the kids, the way snakes smell is they have an organ in their mouth. It's called a Jacobson organ, but it's a little hole that their tongue goes in and out, and they actually collect molecules and bring them back in, and then it reports to the brain so they know what they're smelling.
Wow.
And they're very good at smelling whatever. So if there's prey, there's a mouse or what have you, the snakes are able to. Now this is Apollo. We were thinking about changing Apollo's name to Lazarus.
Wow.
This is the first and only snake that's ever gotten away in the house. And when we first got him, we didn't realize how strong he was. They're escape artists.
Really?
He got out of his cage, and so instead of my heartbeat doing this, my heartbeat was doing this. And we couldn't find him for like 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
And one day...
And they eat rats and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
One day we went downstairs, and my cousin found this part of the body sticking out the door. Wow. And he was slammed in the door when he was a baby. He was much smaller. And he opened the door, pulled it out, and Apollo ate food the next day. Wasn't even harmed. But the door was all the way closed. And so, but right now he's Apollo. He is a ball python. Now, I'll tell you something about him a little bit later, why he looks the way he does. For those of you that own ball pythons, if you ever wondered why this one doesn't look the same, it's just a different paint job.
Okay.
I'll explain why a little bit later when we've got something else to show you. But that is the snakes. As a matter of fact, that's all of those here now.
Look, so CJ, look, CJ.
Hold on to that one.
Okay.
I want to show you something. We're going to walk over here. So you're welcome to come over here too.
No, we're just walk. We're going to walk over there, Tyrone. We're just going to walk over there. So do you want me to leave this here or go over there?
Oh, you can bring it.
Okay.
Yeah, just come on this way. Now, I want to show you, because in the pet store, this is about the size, maybe a little bit smaller, of the ball python that you'll see. Okay? Most people will find them on Craigslist because most people don't realize that they're going to end up looking like this.
That's a big one.
This is Okoye.
Yeah.
We watched Black Panther and had to name it,
nice.
accordingly. But Also a ball python.
Yeah.
Exact same snake.
Yeah.
Just a different paint job. So it's not that when he gets older he'll look like this. When he gets older, he's going to still look exactly the way he does.
Yeah.
Different. There's lots of different colors. They call them morphs. Because a lot of breeders now, some of them can cost $1,500, $2,000, $5,000 depending on how rare they are. And we just do rescues, so we find snakes that people don't want anymore, can't keep anymore mostly, and we take them in, nurse them back to health, and then we use them to teach.
Nice.
So Apollo
they're
and
beautiful.
Okoye.
And they're cold. They feel cold.
They are cold-blooded.
Yeah.
They need warmth.
Yeah.
So when we travel, we have heat, and I take rice in a big sock thing and heat it up, and we keep them warm because they need heat, but they also need a cool spot because their body temperature doesn't change. They have to move someplace to get cool and then move someplace to get warm. So if you only give them heat, they'll die. They'll overheat and die. So very important. But this is also one of the best snakes for a beginner. They eat once a week.
Can I hold that one?
Yes, you can. They eat once a week.
They eat once a week. And when was the last time he ate?
It's time for him to eat again.
Do any of the kids want to come up here? Y'all want to come up here and touch the snake?
They're like,
We got some kids in the audience.
They're like,
Young-
I don't.
well,
Bigger
y'all
kids.
If you want, we can also put it around your neck.
I'll let you do that.
Oh, come on.
Here we go.
Here.
It's okay. They're not going to bite you.
Nope, they won't bite you. Here,
Yeah.
turn around this way. Hold out your hands.
You want to put it around your neck? Yes.
Pretty cool, right?
In this way, and then you just bring her tail around here, keep her hand here, and just dive.
Pretty neat, right? They don't feel slimy, do they?
I had my friend Andy used to come over and he would feed my snake, like he'd bring a mouse and he'd feed him because I couldn't do it. You know, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
But he would do
Here,
it.
go take Apollo and put Apollo back there. You hold here.
Alright.
Now, I'm going to show you. You're fine.
Don't worry.
I'm going
Do
to
you guys
show
want to
you.
sit down? You can sit down on the carpet if you want. I got shag carpet.
This next guy, his name is Sunny D.
Nice.
Like the drink.
Like the drink,
Sunny
yeah.
Delight, okay?
And what is this?
And you're holding a ball python. This is a boa. A boa constrictor.
Wow.
You said you can't breathe? I can breathe, Lily.
That's beautiful.
You want
Now,
it around your neck or just in general?
Sunny D is a male boa constrictor. Sunny D is about 2 years old.
Okay.
That's what we're thinking, 2, going on 3. Again, he's a rescue. When I got Sunny D, he had what snakes get, mites all over his body, and they were sucking his blood.
Oh, wow.
And he had a really bad respiratory infection
Yeah.
and couldn't breathe. He couldn't close his mouth to breathe. Now,
Wow.
here, you can come back over here. You can stand right here. They're like, I don't know. You can touch
It's
him.
okay.
You want
It's
to
not,
touch him?
it's not going to hurt you.
You can touch him.
I'll stand over here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You wanna
It's
touch
not
him?
gonna
I got
hurt
his head right here. I got the
you. Yeah, you
business
can,
end.
here, see, you can touch it, see?
You want to put it around your neck?
It's real smooth. But feel it, just keep your fingers on it and see how cold it is.
My hand.
They're cold-blooded. See, we're warm-blooded, and they're cold-blooded.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to show you this, and I'm going to move pretty quick because I've got 2 things that I want to show you.
Okay.
Mia,
Sir?
my sister, turn around this way. And tail first. Anytime a snake is wrapping around you, if you unwrap by the tail first, it's easier to let go. There you go. Get him. Now, this is a boa constrictor. Boa constrictors are kind of an intermediate pet as far as snakes are concerned. Ball pythons are calm. Boa constrictors are not so much. Okay, so go ahead and stand over here.
And is he an albino?
He is
Yeah.
an albino mixed with, there's another morph that they do to make the
you
orange
doing?
kind of stand out. He's not as vibrant right now because he's going to probably shed pretty soon.
Wow.
He's
But
hyper, so.
he is a male, and males don't typically get as large as the females.
That just means it's long.
This is a female boa constrictor.
Likes familiar.
She is the same age as he is.
Wow.
This is Raina. Come on
I'm just
back.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Now, this is Raina. She is absolutely gorgeous.
She is beautiful.
She is a red-tailed boa. Now, red-tailed boas are from Central America. The difference between these, they call them New World snakes. Central America, the Americas,
Yeah.
whereas ball pythons are what they call Old World snakes.
Yeah.
Africa, pythons are from South Asia, Indonesia, places like that. Now, what I was saying is this is an intermediate snake. They're arboreal, so until they get too heavy-bodied,
Yeah.
they'll spend a lot of time in trees.
Okay.
Whereas ball pythons will spend more time on the ground.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the thing about those two, and if he knows that she's here, I don't know if he wants to have a girlfriend or not, so I'm gonna leave him over here because it's not that time of year. But
Yeah.
the thing about this snake,
Yeah.
it'll get to 10 to 12 feet.
Wow. You can touch it now. You can touch it
Here,
now.
the head's up here, so
Yeah.
you can touch. All that muscle.
It's all muscle. Well,
And
hi.
she's awesome. Yeah, she's incredible.
Oh, she likes gold.
The kids love these. So put her
Okay.
over there. He's trying to break my hand. And we want to grab him and put him back in his bag for the next thing.
The next thing.
Who's in? This is Okoye. You got wrapped up.
What's your
good.
name? Jessica.
Okay.
And what's your name? Huh?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah, he's good. Okay. He smells
One more
me.
time.
Okay. Now, you guys.
Danielle?
Damien.
Damien. Oh, okay. Well, hi. All right, here we go. Ooh, baby. Okay. I need
Okay.
protection. Where's my drink? Okay.
This
Wow.
is an Argentinian tegu. Now, this is a big lizard.
Yeah.
They get 4 or 5 feet long.
Can I pet it?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
And this is a male, and you can tell the males because of the big jaws. See the jaws right here? That's how you can tell it's a male.
What does it smell like?
Huh?
What does it smell like?
He's a lizard. He had an issue earlier that I had to clean up.
Yeah. But you can touch this
But
part.
see, he's smelling just like the snakes.
And they the skin is like those little tiny
Like beads.
Native American beads.
Yep.
You know, they're little teeny
you touch
tiny
it.
ones.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Now, the reason I don't keep him out very long is because he gets an attitude. He's very, very curious.
Ah.
And I'm gonna see if I can get him to do it just so you can see.
Yeah.
Sometimes when he gets mad at me and wants to go his own way, he'll do the death roll like alligators do
Wow.
to get away.
Wow.
So I want to see. Here, you guys step
Here-
over that way for a
here,
second.
kids.
I'm gonna see
Move
if I can
over
get
that
him
way.
to do it. If I can get him to do it.
All right, watch.
He'll
Move
use
over
a
this
really
way.
strong tail.
We're gonna see if we can get him to do the death roll.
Oh, he will.
Okay, can we move this way? And guys, move over just a little bit because we're trying to get this shot real quick.
Nope. You gonna stay with me right now? Here we go. Oh, he's gonna not do it now. Of course, because we're on TV, right, buddy? But yeah, these guys are really, really awesome. They eat fruits,
Yeah.
but they also eat live mice, things
Yeah.
like that in the wild. And let's see if he'll do it. No, he will not today. You're gonna be nice today. Really sharp nails, so I'll take them out and I'll let him walk on like the concrete
Okay.
or what have. Here we go.
He's trying to do it.
They whip that tail around. Yeah, he's not going to do it right now. But this is a tegu, black and white tegu. He is 2 years old.
Wow.
So he's got a lot of growing to do.
How big is he gonna get?
About 4 or 5 feet.
Wow.
Heavy body.
Wow.
About 4 feet, not quite 5 feet, but a nice heavy-bodied animal.
Yeah.
And he's young right now. He's young right
and
now.
what do they eat?
Rats, mice, chicks, fruits, papaya, pineapple, things like that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really great. And they eat their food whole.
So if somebody finds one of these, should they take them in or should they just leave them out, let them
They should probably let them be unless they
Yeah.
know what they're doing, because in
Yeah.
the wild, they have a really hard bite,
Yeah.
and they can get up on their hind legs and run.
Okay.
And they're really fast.
I've seen
so,
them.
So
I've
here's
seen
the
them
thing
on
that I will
TV.
say though, except
Yeah.
these guys, iguanas, in the Everglades of Florida,
Yeah.
because the weather's just right,
Right.
they're invasive species.
Right.
Tegus are eating bird eggs, and they're destroying the bird population in Florida because they're eating so much.
Right,
and that's
right.
what when people let animals go. Now that's not actually what happened in Florida.
Right.
Your Burmese pythons and things like that. What happened was when Hurricane Andrew went through,
Yeah.
it destroyed a reptile breeding facility, and all the animals got out into the wild. Most people don't know that.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people do let their animals go,
Yeah.
but a reptile breeding facility, and it just destroyed the ecosystem there.
Wow.
Which brings me to the next thing. Since we're kind of right on time here.
Dude, take your time. Take your time. Yeah, we can go over. Don't worry about it. Oh, nice. This one's beautiful too.
This is Butters.
This is Butters.
And Butters
Yeah.
is a Burmese python. Butters is only 2 years old. And he only weighs
It's
about
okay,
40,
it's okay.
He only weighs about 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
Wow.
thing. Butters will get to about 23 feet
Wow.
and weigh 200 pounds
Yeah.
and be as big around as a telephone pole.
Wow.
So he's what I call a baby right now. He's a
Yeah.
big baby. But
He's a big baby.
he's awesome. Now, you see by the color, he's albino.
Yeah.
In the wild, they're more of a brown and black, darker color. He wouldn't survive in the wild because predators would be able to see him too easy.
Yeah.
But he's great. When I found Butters, when I got
Yeah.
Butters off of Craigslist,
Yeah.
terribly emaciated, just super skinny.
Yeah.
They're feeding him one little small rat
Yeah.
once a week. And Butters actually, now he's eating every 14 days, but he eats about 6 colossal rats, huge rats. And he's a sweetheart.
Nice.
He's a big baby. So
You need to bring
I'm
him
gonna
over
let
to
you.
You need to bring him over to my house. Oh, you're gonna put him on me? Oh,
yeah.
man. Okay. All right. All right. My will is already made, so yeah. Wow, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy. Come on, guys, you gotta put it. Here. Wow.
You're a big boy, though.
Boy, thank you. Oh, you mean the snake?
The snake.
Got you.
Wow.
Okay, so it's getting kind of tight.
That is brother, yeah. Now, you know what, I'm glad you say that. One of the things that I will tell you about, and let me get him off of you here.
Thank you. Okay, he really likes me.
Or thinks of you as a snack.
Yeah, he likes gold.
One of the things about these pets, and a lot of people, you'll hear stories about people that have snakes and they got killed by their snake or something like that.
Yeah.
There's always reasons for things like that, and I tell people, you have to, I don't care how tame your animal is, always respect the animals.
Exactly.
Always know that these are not dogs that can be trained.
Right.
They don't have the gland in their bodies to have them feel any kind of love for you or anything
Right.
like that.
Right, right.
They're reptiles. They're
Right.
wild animals. So if you treat them with respect, they can be trained,
Yeah.
but you still have to be smart.
Right.
A lot of times when you read about people that that something has happened to them, they'll take the snakes and they'll wrap them around their neck and they'll post pictures of the snake wrapped around their neck. Not the smartest thing to do in the world.
Right.
You'll notice when I'm with the snake, I always keep a hand here.
Yeah.
I'm never
Well, thanks for
going to
telling me that,
Well,
Scott.
I was watching.
Yeah.
I was watching you. You're good. But I never let the snake wrap around my neck because even if it's not trying to hurt me,
Yeah.
when they move, they constrict their muscles.
Right,
It
right.
could close off your carotid arteries.
Right, right.
And you could pass out.
Wow.
And some people, if the snake doesn't let go, could even die. So
Wow.
if you respect the snakes, though, Burmese pythons are known to be some of the most docile of the big pythons. One of the largest snakes in the world. Like I said, 23 feet, big around as a telephone pole.
Yeah.
These will pop up all the time on Craigslist because people love the beautiful little snake, this and reticulated pythons.
Yeah.
But they realize really quickly that they've got a really large snake to take care of.
Right.
So I tell anybody, be responsible. The snakes that you have, the animals that you have, understand it's a commitment. He's going to live 20 plus years.
Right.
And so it's a commitment.
Right, right.
It is a big commitment.
So basically what you're saying is I'm going to get all the animals when you die.
Basically.
That's pretty much it.
He's going to try to take them with him. I just know this guy. Did you touch him?
Did you touch him?
You want to touch him? You can touch him right here. It's okay.
Yeah.
See, this is what a mother-in-law feels like. You might as well get used to it. Get used to it.
Have you guys ever touched a snake before? No. Never, huh? Never, huh?
And also, if you're in the Austin area and you find a snake in your yard, don't kill it. There are people that'll come and get the snake for you for free, and take it and take it somewhere else, and so it'll live. Yeah.
Now, what I will tell you is, for those of you, and I help people understand how to make their homes safe to where they won't have snakes.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of snakes in your yard, they're coming in your yard for a reason.
Yeah.
So there may be rodents, there may be a lot of squirrels,
Yeah.
there may be things like that. So you have to make sure that you get rid of all of the things that could be providing food.
Right, right.
But then also in this weather, if you've got like a piece of plywood in your yard that's been lying down for a while, that's perfect shade. That's shade
yeah.
for the animals to get under.
Right, right.
Places where they can get water because they're trying to escape the heat.
Right.
Until the evening. And then I always tell people, at night, especially if you live by a green belt or something like that, you want to make sure that you always check your porch before you walk up on it.
Right.
Any place where there could be heat around your bushes, if you've got a lot of low bushes around your front of your house, there could be snakes there.
Right.
But when it starts getting cooler, they want to come out and sun themselves and get that rest of that heat that's in the driveway or what have you. I've found rattlesnakes and things like that on my driveway and on my porch. So just things to remember.
And guys, do not poison. If you have rats or mice run around your yard or your house, do not poison them with poison, because then a snake will come along or a bird will come along, a hawk or something will eat that rodent and they die too. So you're poisoning more than one, so don't do that. There's ways to catch them humanely, and then you can let them loose. Let them loose somewhere else.
Do you know what they call that?
What's that?
They poison like one animal and then another animal eats it and then they die too. It's called biomagnification.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
I paid attention in biology.
Nice. Good for you. Wow.
Well, that's all of those are all the animals that I
that
have.
it?
Thank you so much for
Oh,
having
no
us
worries, man. Thank you for coming and sharing. All right, Tyrone, what camera am I on? 2? All right, so kids, we're over.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Stay tuned. Everybody say goodbye. Goodbye.
Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.
Here's your daddy.